Hello, everyone. Welcome to Catherine's ESL Classroom. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about question tags. Do you know what question tags are? Well, let's get started, shall we? Catherine's ESL Classroom. Welcome, everyone. Today's lesson, question tags. Let's learn about some question tags. These are some famous question tags. Do any of these look familiar to you? Wow, there are so many. Which ones don't you know? And which ones do you? Let's review. What is a question tag? It is a sentence with a question phrase connected at the end. For example, it's windy today, isn't it? If you notice windy today, it's windy today is the sentence part. And isn't it is the question tag. Does this look familiar? Question tags have two purposes: to clarify information. The speaker expects an answer. For example, we study English, don't we? Mike is singing at the party, isn't he? I'm your teacher, aren't I? Do you notice how I'm asking the question, but I'm putting it in a statement form to clarify that information? Now, are you also noticing my intonation? My intonation will go down when I'm asking a question to clarify the information if it's negative. So when we have a negative question tag, our intonation goes down. We also use question tags to agree with someone. The speaker does not expect an answer. However, we use these. For example, you're falling asleep, aren't you? The party was a lot of fun, wasn't it? I didn't win the lottery, did I? Now you notice my intonation on the negative question tags go down. But meanwhile, when I said I didn't win the lottery, did I? Did I is a positive question tag, and our intonation goes up. That means the volume of our voice goes up when it's a positive question tag. If the statement is positive, the tag is negative. For example, that's your sweater, isn't it? You study English, don't you? If the statement is negative, the tag is positive. For example, Joel didn't do his homework, did he? Hector and Alex aren't paying attention, are they? You see how my intonation or my volume goes up with the positive question tag, and my volume or my intonation goes down with a negative question tag. Do you do that as well? Some important rules. Use a negative tag after a positive sentence and a positive tag after a negative sentence. Does that sound complicated? But it's not. For example, the Earth is bigger than the moon, isn't it? You see, that's a positive statement with a negative question tag. And what happens to my volume of my voice or my intonation? It goes down. Why? Because it's a negative question tag. The Earth isn't as big as the sun, is it? You see how my intonation or my volume of my voice went up with a positive tag or the positive question tag. Why? Because it was a negative statement and I'm confirming it or clarifying it. Now, another important rules are, remember to use the same auxiliary or modal verb as it is in the main sentence. For example, we'll go out together, won't we? Now, what is the contraction stand for will and won't? Do you remember these? Will is we will, and won't is wouldn't we? Albert can't play the violin, can he? Now remember your modal verbs. Can't is cannot, and can is your modal verb. You see how they are agreeing? But if they don't agree, if the main sentence has no auxiliary, use do, does, or did. You use these already. New York people like pizza, don't they? She speaks Spanish, doesn't she? Mike bought a new car last week, didn't he? You see how these are all negative question tags with all positive statements. Some more important rules. When using the verb to be plus I equals are. For example, I am your teacher, aren't I? With let's, the tag is shall we. Everyone uses let's these days. Just like I said, let's start this class, shall we? Do you remember what the contraction let's means? Let us. Let's go to class, shall we? With imperatives, the tag is will you? For example, sit down, will you? With nobody, never, and hardly, the tag is positive. For example, nobody understood, did they? Some great tips. In replies to question tags, we use short answers. For example, you've been here before, haven't you? No, I haven't actually. Notice that when the information is not correct, people use actually, the word actually, after the short answer. Also notice the comma before the question tag, okay? Now let's practice, shall we? Why, yes, let's. What is the correct question tag? He studies very hard. Do you remember this one? Should we say, does he or doesn't he? He studies very hard. Doesn't he? Now remember the rule, positive statement sentence with a negative question tag. You see the comma is before the question tag. What is the correct question tag on this one? He has arrived late. Hasn't he? Has he? He has arrived late, hasn't he? Remember, the same auxiliary verb has the same auxiliary agreement here. Has with hasn't, or hasn't with has, okay? It's not doesn't he. I know a lot of people use that one. What is the correct question tag on this one? She doesn't know where to go. Does she or doesn't she? Does she? Remember, negative statement with positive question tag, and the comma goes before the question tag. What is the correct question tag on this one? I'm charming with a silly pink elephant. Isn't I or aren't I? Remember the verb to be. Aren't I? Remember, I'm is I am, okay? What is the question tag on this one? They will always be happy. Aren't they? Won't they? Which one? Won't they? Okay, remember, the auxiliary or the modal verb must agree will with won't, okay? Quiz time. Are you ready? Let's get started, shall we? Choose the correct option. You've never dyed your hair auburn. Which correct option is this one? You've never dyed your hair auburn. I'm going to give you a clue on this one. Find your verb. Okay, so you've is you have. Okay, now remember, you've never is the negative statement, so it's have you with the positive question tag. I was trying to trick you there, but now you see what you have to do. David has to walk his dog twice a day. Clue, find your verb. Hasn't he? Okay. You starting to understand now? Positive statement with negative question tag. And the auxiliary verb must agree. If there's no auxiliary verb or modal verb, then you will use what? The do word or did. Choose the correct option here. David walks his dog twice a day. Wait, didn't we go over this one? Nope. Look at your verb. Which one is it? Doesn't he? Okay, walks is your verb. So it's not the same auxiliary or modal, so we use the word do. Remember? Choose the correct option. David doesn't walk his dog twice a day. Wow, we keep going over the same one. Nope, look at your verb. Is it positive or negative? Does he? Okay. Doesn't, remember, does not. Okay. I was trying to trick you. I just want to go over these really good. Okay. So you become masters at what? Question tags. Choose the correct option. There are a few people at the cinema today. Which one can this be? Find your verb. Aren't there? Okay. We have to agree with the same auxiliary verb. Okay. And we have the positive statement with the negative question tag. Let's see how you do on this one. Choose the correct option. Everybody enjoyed the school trip to New York. What could this be? Didn't they? Very good. Congratulations. You're getting the hang of it. Choose the correct option. You will pay a lot of money for parking your car here. What can this be? Won't you? Remember, you find your verb and then you find your noun. Remember, will turns into won't. And your pronoun is you. I was trying to trick you, but who got it? Put down in the comments. If you are, then you are studying so hard, or you're an expert. Choose the correct option. Let's go to the art gallery today. Which one? Shall we? Remember, let's goes with shall. Choose the correct option. You cannot do the handstand. Can you? That was an easy one. Can you do a handstand? I cannot. Choose the correct option. I'm prettier than my cousin. Which one? Find your verb, find your pronoun. Aren't I? Remember the verb to be, I am. Be plus I equals are. Remember, are I or aren't I? Remember, positive with negative. Choose the correct option. Her brother works in a travel agency. Find your verb, find your noun. Doesn't he? Did you get it? Congratulations if you did. Remember, in this one, if there's no auxiliary to match or no modal to match, we use the verb do or did, okay? Choose the correct option. Darling, open the door. I'm gonna trick you on this one. Will you, okay? Will you, that's the future. So you have to think about this one. Darling, will you open the door? You wouldn't say, darling, won't you open the door? But then that would be a question tag. So this is the one that everyone debates about, okay? So you put down in the comment why you think this should be will you. Well done, everyone. I'm so proud of you learning about question tags. Thank you again and have a wonderful day. Bye.